Oh my. Oh my.
All right, now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Shot 30 Podcast, and I am Shane Newbert, and here we are back. This is the first episode. We took a little bit of a break. I'm going to explain all that. But we redid the studio. Here it is. Here's the new studio, the new bar top we built, and all this new system. I'm absolutely in love with it. I promise. I mean, we bit off a little bit more than we were ready to when we hooked all this stuff up, but we're going to explain a little bit more about that here soon. This is not going to be too long of an episode. We have a ton of guests lined up for the show. We have a ton of episodes we've already shot. Some really cool ones, some really fun ones, some really interesting episodes. But this is Shot 30 Podcast, episode 101, and thank you guys for all the love for episode 100. Thank you guys for sticking around. And dude, now we can do cool shit like this.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Dude, this is awesome. And I'm absolutely in love with this. We just had a podcast guest, the guy, a sound engineer, Josh Graves. He helped us hook everything up. We had it hooked up, but man, I wasn't ready for the detail that comes into play going forward. You know, like there's so much more than just this board here. But thank you guys so much. Shot 30 Podcast is still the number one comedy interview podcast in the Bahamas and currently number 3 in the UK and number 8 in Ireland. So I want to say thank you guys so much. Please leave a review, like, share, subscribe, do all those things. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, and YouTube. And yeah, dude, we're just doing this Shot 30 thing, huh? We're just doing it. We're still rocking and rolling, you know, and this is a cool thing, you know, we got some really sweet love from a lot of people about episode 100 and just, it's cool, like people saying that it was so cool to see how much we've grown, and this has been a lot of hard work, and it's been very rewarding, and I'm just telling you, stick around, because these new guests and what's going on, we have a 4-person system now. So we essentially can have 4 mics rocking and do really crazy cool podcasts. We can we have this huge TV in front of us. This is all set up just like a bar. And I don't know, I'm just in love with it. I'm really in love with it. We added a lot of space, so now I can actually get up if I want to demonstrate like a thrust or something like that, or like maybe like show off some like new panties I have on or something like that. I can get up and actually show you guys, and I know that you guys are all clapping and cheering like, show us now, but all I have on is a pair of Manscaped underwear. But I can tell you they're the best underwear. So visit manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping when you use the promo code SHOT30. I love Manscaped. Not because they sponsor the podcast. Even if they drop me tomorrow, I'm telling you, their products are incredible. Like, my body's always silky smooth now. I don't know. I like, the cologne is the best smelling cologne. Their razors are great. Yeah, they have razors now too. Their perfect care package, like all of these things. I'm just definitely, if you're looking for gifts for your husband or something like that for Father's Day or Christmas or birthdays, Manscaped's the place to go. At least buy the cologne. I have so many compliments about the Manscaped cologne. Like, people smell me from a mile away. And you know, I know some people that I smell from a mile away, and it's not for the right reasons. It's probably because they don't wear deodorant or clean their butt. Like, you know, use a little... Man, Manscaped should come out with some, like, tushy wipes, too. That'd be legit. You know, something to take care of the butt hair. Hey, Manscaped, this is me asking you guys, when is the care products for our behinds coming out. You know, like a bidet. Ooh, I'll take a bidet. I'll take a bidet in the studio. If you put a bidet on underneath my chair, I swear to God, every podcast I do, I'll just be splashing water up on my ass the whole time. But yeah, please go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code SHOT30. That is SHOT30 for 20% off and free shipping. The 4.0 is incredible. It's out right now. And put in your orders today. But I've never actually used a bidet. Now, I've had some water splashed on my behind before, but it's definitely not the same thing as a cleaning mechanism just made for your derriere. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people could probably use that. You know, actually, I had a guy once tell me, he said, Shane, I swear to you, if you never use baby wipes or like those cleaning wipes on your butt after you're done wiping, if you've never done that, you will never, once you do it, you will never go back. And I was like, okay, my butt's not that dirty. I guarantee you it's not that dirty. And then I did it, and I realized, what have I been doing? What have I been putting people through? I sit down like in a bus, and dude, I'm literally just leaving poo-poo platter. Like, I didn't know, and so now I'm religious to it, man. Give me a wet nap, and that's the way I finish it up. You know, we got to take care of the things that we can't see. You know, just because your wife's on a work trip doesn't mean you don't still take care of her. Well, that's kind of what we've been doing to our behinds. Just because we don't see it, we haven't been taking care of it the way we should have been. And, you know, I'm guilty, you're guilty, we're all guilty. But the one thing that we can do is get better together. Let's start cleaning our butts. Let's start working harder. And work together. Isn't that cool? Gosh. Yeah, we're actually shooting. So we have so many podcasts. We have so many podcasts ready to rock. And we just needed a little bit more time because we want to make this a way more efficient system. I actually want to start doing something like maybe two podcasts a week where we're releasing 2 episodes a week. But I want to make sure that we got this shit down first. Like, I want this to be effortless. I want this to be smooth, and you know, like a manscaped razor. Yeah. But we're working hard, you know. It's just one baby step at a time. It's just one baby step at a time. And I actually remember my first steps as a child. I remember it. And people always like, no, you don't. And, well, actually, I don't remember the first steps as a child that I took, but I actually do remember I used to sleepwalk really bad. I used to sleepwalk. Dude, I was so surprised because for the longest period of time, I would sleep eat. I would sleepwalk into the kitchen and I would eat like 40 fudge rounds. And I would be like, who the hell ate all my fudge rounds? Like, dude, like, I'm mad at the kids. I'm like yelling at people. And all the wrappers like led to the bed. And I like would get up in the morning. I'd be like laying on 60 wrappers. And like I said earlier, I only ate 40 of them. So where'd the other 20 go? What did I do with the other 20? But I don't know. I would sleep eat. And when I was a kid, I used to sleepwalk real bad. I would sleepwalk. And one time we were on vacation and I walked like in Colorado out of a hotel. And I just started wandering down the street. I was looking for my real family. I was looking for anybody that would just give me a little bit of attention. You know? And then I met, you know, sleepwalking. I know that I met a lot of really, like, I woke up and I was in the care of a couple of hookers or, you know, a couple of pimps or drug dealers, like, and they took care of me. They knew that I had potential. And potential is everything in this world. If you have a little bit of potential, you can run with it. And you can make it into whatever you want it to be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're overweight. It doesn't matter if you're a different skin color than the group that you're with. It doesn't matter if you had a sex change. People try to make these things matter, and none of those things matter. What matters is potential. And we all got some potential in some sort of way. Some people got potential to be adult film stars, like you were born with this thing, or those things, or that thing, and man, the world deserves to see what you were born with. Use your magic, unlock your light, and let the Lord open. Blessed be the fruit. I'm taking a shot. God, isn't that the best part of Shot 30? Isn't that the best part of Shot 30? You can just let your mind free and just run like a wild gazelle. You're just out there like a antelope. I almost said cantaloupe. If I remember correctly, a cantaloupe is a fruit. It's not doing much running. But if you put it at the top of a hill and push it down, it moves pretty quick. Oh, and the lifelong myth has been debunked. I don't know if you guys know this, but they actually had, in Russia, they had a tortoise and a hare race. And guess who won? I know what you're thinking. Like, there's no way the tortoise wins. The tortoise wins the race. The hare got out to that fast start. He did. He sprinted 3/4 of the way, and then he started looking around. And that tortoise was just headed for that celery stick. And he just kept moving one little slow step at a time. But he won. And that's another thing, too. We're all racing to something. I do the same thing. I'm guilty of it. I'm racing to things all the time. Hey, I got to do this. I got to do that. Do it now. Do it as fast as I can. Well, I realize when I do things as fast as I can, it's always a shittier product than when I just take my time and be that tortoise. Maybe we all could learn a thing or two from the tortoise and the hare. There's a reason why that is a story that's supposed to mold us as we're growing up. Maybe they didn't miss on that one. The tortoise and the hare. It's not like all these other history books that lied to us the whole time. The tortoise and the hare was real. It's been proven. But why is that? Because some people I know do work really well at a fast pace, a fast speed. But it's not like I don't work efficiently. I do. But what I'm saying is I could do better if I worked slower. If I took some time to look around and appreciate, smell the roses. Yeah, and it maybe Outcast was right. Maybe roses really do smell like poo-poo. But I never had the chance to stop and smell them. Did you? Have you ever just stopped and went, man, let me smell these roses. They look beautiful today. No, we haven't. But we smell that rosé. And that's a baffling problem. Why is rosé and rose spelled the same and said differently? Who's the monster deciding that we are just changing the same word? No and no? Come on, guys, we got to be more creative here. We could have figured out something else. Ho and ho? Like, we could have figured out another word to call that little garden utensil. Or that nice lady that just happened to have sex with a lot of guys. We could have figured out something else to call them instead of the same word, doubling up. Why don't we double up numbers? 33 is the same as 33, which is like 492 is 33 as well. See how confusing that is? Why would we make the same word? We want people to understand our language. When the aliens show up, we want them to understand us. We're sending them out signals, and we're using double words. Yeah, we're using double words. And we do the same thing with names. Why are we not coming up with, I should be the only Shane in the world. And everybody else needs to figure out another name. You can call yourself like or something like that, but everybody should have a different name. We shouldn't be double dipping on that kind of stuff. We shouldn't. Honestly, but there's only one good time to double dip, and that's with a dilly bar. Because they take the ice cream, put it on the popsicle stick, and then dip it into that chocolate that hardens up. And man, I don't know if you guys have had that, but they make that now, like Reese's. It's called Reese's Shell. Oh, it's to die for. It's to die for. It just, once it touches the cold, and you got to think, man, there's a chemical reaction going on, and then we're putting it in our body. We're animals as people. We are. Maybe we're worse than animals. We're manimals. And I don't mean that to, like, we can be womanimals or trans animals, but we're monsters. And nobody wants to see Shady no more. Chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady, this is what I'll give you. And that's as long as you can say before you get copyrighted. And copyright's a crazy thing too. People are getting nailed with copyright left and right. And I agree with it to an extent. I bought you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to talk about my sex life on here. I know that you guys are wanting me to. You guys are rooting. Shane, come on. Give us what we want. Give us what we want. Hey, sometimes it doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. But I really do want to say I appreciate all you people for being here and sticking with Shot 30. And we're not going to stop. We can't stop. We won't stop. As Miley Cyrus would say. And maybe I will get a tattoo of Miley Cyrus. I've got tattoo fever. But right now, I'm going to take a shot. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I got to stay away from that. That's like crack cocaine to me. I get on these fireball kicks where it's just like liquid gold enters my veins and it turns me into a lover. You thought I was going to say something different. You thought I was going to say it turns me mean. Nah, you want to know what turned me mean? Miserable people being around me. That's what made me mean. That's what made me a sad person. Yeah, there's no substance that I could take that would make me into a mean person. What made me into a mean person was bad relationships and bad friendships and just being treated bad. And I'm guilty of it too. I've treated people bad. I actually want to treat somebody bad, really bad right now that I'm not a big fan of. But what do I do? Do I do it? Do I not do it? It's where we have to make up our mind. It's where we have to make up our mind. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? And most of the time I would say it's not worth it. It's much easier to just cut people out. Cut people out of your life that you know. If it's worth giving it a shot, man, if that friendship or that love or that D, if it's worth giving it a shot, if it's worth sticking around for it, keep it around. But if it's not, man, just let it go. It doesn't need to be a big ordeal. You fall out of love, it doesn't have to be a big ordeal. You can still cherish the fact that you had a relationship with somebody for a long time or you felt this way, but also you should relish and mustard in the fact that you were strong enough to know that this wasn't good enough for you. Because your life is only in your hands. It's not in anybody else's. You control every decision you make. Whether it's good, bad. The only time you don't really decide, like, you make a choice for yourself is, like, if somebody just shoots you or, like, somebody just rams into your car and kills you. Like, you really don't have a choice there. It just happened to you. Like, sorry, bad card. Can I redraw? It's like in Cards Against Humanity when everybody at the table is like, I don't have funny answers. Can we redraw? Dealer just starts dealing out new cards. Everybody's done it. But, we do it. We always want that dealt to us. But sometimes, you're stuck with the cards. We don't have any more cards. You just got hit by a bus. Yeah, everybody knows that exactly why I just took that back real quick. Well, a lot of people know. Yeah, we won't say that one. I do apologize. R.I.P. But yeah, so Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies. Visit Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram today. This girl has been so busy. And man, what a talent. She is a talent, a purebred talent of cake decorating. I really think she should be on one of those shows because she does really well with creativeness, like showing her creative mind when she does this. But Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies is a cake decorating, baking, cupcakes, all those things, and she is the best in the business. Visit Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram today. Give her all the love. She's out there killing it. And yeah, put in your orders early because they book out very quick, and she's a busy, busy woman. And speaking of busy women, did you see that J-Lo is still shaking her behind even after this breakup? That's resilience right there. That's resilience. A-Rod cheated on her, left her to the dust, and she's still out there shaking it. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. And she doesn't stop. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing when you can pull yourself out of the gutter and rise up above against all odds. She's probably got no money left in the bank. She's got nothing. Her kids probably resent her for, giving them this incredible life where they can do whatever they want. Her family, her fans hate her probably for, the way she handled her husband cheating on her. But you know what? She was resilient, and she stood up above all odds, and she made a difference. She made an impact on this world. And we're all capable of this. You, me, your animals, your everybody around, even your grandmother. Your grandmother's sitting there like she can't eat hard food. She's sucking on soft food right now because she lost all her teeth back in 84. I don't know. But we're all capable of doing an incredible thing at any moment. Grandma may get in her walker and go to walk outside, and there's a kid in the road, and the driver may swerve off the side of the road and kill your grandmother rather than the kid. And that's a brave thing for her to do. It's a brave thing. We don't have to feed that mouth anymore. That's more food for the rest of us. It's one less viewer for the Wheel of Fortune or The Price is Right. It's going to be one less viewer. But she sacrificed herself for that kid who will probably grow up to be a little fucking jackass. Probably egging her grave. But you know what? Sometimes you take a chance. And you guys took a chance on Shot 30 Podcast. And I'll forever be grateful. And for all you weirdos that made it to minute 24 of this podcast, I just want to say thank you so much. And we've got a lot of things planned, and I hope this audio sounds great for you guys. And I hope this video and this new studio is awesome for you guys. But this is Shot 30 Podcast. I know this is a little bit of a short episode. It's because I have a guest actually on their way right now. We have hats and merch, shirts, and all that stuff available. Just send us a message on anything, the Facebook page preferably. But yeah, Shot 30 Podcast is available on Instagram, on maybe even OnlyFans soon. Who knows? Because we can do anything we want. But yeah, go leave a review. If you have an Apple phone, leave us an Apple Podcast review, Spotify, follow. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, please hit the like button because it makes a big difference. You guys forget to do that a lot. Or you just don't like the video, you just watch it. But this is Shot 30 Podcast. I'm Shane Newbert. Thank you guys for being here. And let's get ready to rock because we've got a whole lot more going on. Cheers to you guys. Now get back to work.
Oh my.